In a second, guys, we'll start. One second, guys. 1 second. Okay. welcome. And good evening to all. Good morning or good afternoon to all that will catch this quick one. Very quick one. And before in fact, y'all see the thumbnail. If you're new to this channel, especially, please hit the red button and hit the top bell for notifications for live streams and uploads here on the Cast Rain channel. You can also now follow me on Twitter at CastRain7. And I have a Discord where you could follow me and add me on Discord as well. I will put and leave the provided links here in this chat room and possibly in the description. And as I do that now and get everybody all set up, if you didn't catch the recent stream I did, go back to it. Or, you might see at the end of this stream especially. This is something that came to my mind. Oh, and before I move forward, there's going to be a stream in which I deal with personally my views and takes on the metaverse. So if you are familiar with the Cast Rain channel, I talk about a plethora of things: politics, money, gossip. This is a pod/YouTube stream that deals with pretty much everything. There's not one-sided thing that is the main focus. And the reason why I made it and create this way because the world is just a big place. And there are a lot of things that are important to the world you live in today. And today, the world, as we know, we are living in the state of chaos. And knowing this, you must understand how the world is, where it's going, and what it always has been. Keep that in mind. So let me just put this here. I'm just going around looking at some stuff. And I'm trying to find my Discord right now. That the first thing I will put here. All right. And this you get to my actual server. And my server, is it private? I don't think so. Oh, greetings. Greetings to you. Right here. That's the Discord. And I'm gonna put some other links as well for those that want to follow. What else? I'm trying to find, because as I'm talking, I'm building my following as we speak. Oh, you know, Shatter, I try to hit you up, brother. If you're present, please let me know. I'll send you a link, Shatter. If you're not busy, you busy, bro? Let me know. That's the Twitter. That's the Discord. Wait, hold on. Oh, that shit. Oh, damn it. My fault, guys. That's the wrong one. I apologize. Copy. Let me I'll do this. I apologize. That's the Twitter. And now I'm gonna post the Facebook. I don't know why I put that. That's not right. All right, and this is the Facebook. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to grow following on other media outlets, trying to get this and expand this a little bit. So I'm growing as I follow. As I'm doing this, I'm trying to grow as I follow. And I tell you personally, it's not gonna be easy. Letting people know right now. But I'm up to the challenge, people. Okay. Let me there we go. I'm just going through some things. I'm gonna have to probably delete. Let me delete some. Something will repeat it. Okay. Thank you. All right, so it looks like I put everything on there. Yep, that's all the information. So I guess we could begin and have this discussion. And one thing I will do, I'll do this anyway. Copy. I'll put the if anyone want to have their voice and opinions, I'll put it here now. I won't let you up. Yep. All right. So on to the subject at hand. As you see, it's the thumbnail and the title itself. The Apple console. Is it really time? Now, I've sat back, thought about it, meditate on this, and thought long and hard about this. And I always heard speculation, and people were twinkling of the possibility they should come up with their own form of video game console. In my opinion, I think the time is now. And the reason why I say the time is now, because look what's going on throughout the world, people. We are now moving to phase, I would like to call phase 2 of the internet age. Meaning, since the internet has really been up and running since the end of the 80s, it was developed in the 50s, but we didn't really know about it until it started to show more importance during the 90s. And after roughly almost or over 30 years of this, from websites, advertisements, and high speed and low speed internets, that now, and including video games, when video games first came around in the early 70s, from the Atari, the Pong, all that stuff, which was developed by a black man nonetheless, that died like a couple years ago or years ago, that the next stage of competition, Apple or iPhones or Apple products, Mac, whatever you want to call it, should put their hat in the arena of making their own video game console. And I'm telling you personally, they have the money to do so, just like Microsoft. And they've been a tech giant battling back and forth with Microsoft throughout the decades, roughly in the 70s. And I think it is now time for Apple to make their own version of a video game home console. And reason why I say this is because let's be honest. Besides people that owns a Windows product from the software to maybe the PC sell, everybody still indulge and invest in money in MacBooks, iPhones, iWatches, etc. And knowing this, and I'm trying to back up, and let me do this. Apple history. So I'm just Googling this. We all know that Steve Jobs that first created Apple back in late 70s with his good friend, his other engineer, I forgot his name, that they have something that was very unique and revolutionary where they always envisioned to have everybody to have a personal computer in their home. And he set forth to make this a reality during the run of the 80s. Because everybody remember from the 80s that people had the money. And I think Mac products at the time were like running for 2 to 3 grand. I could be wrong. That it was an expensive computer back then. And remember, Windows was well known for their application software. That's what they're known for, if I'm right or wrong. And to be fair, honest, I'm just gonna leave it here so it gives y'all something to see. That in regards to competition between the two, they go neck and neck of which one a person prefers. If I had to do a poll right now, or well, I can't do it now because I don't have much people going back through this. To how much people own a Mac product to a Windows product? I guarantee it'd probably be either 50-50 or some more the above between the products. But at the end, you know that when people have something at their household, usually they use something that is user friendly. Now, I've heard from some people that why most people use Mac products because they're more user friendly. Allegedly, that's what they tell me. I think otherwise differently because I'm mostly a window user, so I can't say that the Mac's much easier. I own a Mac product. I think I own 2 products for Mac. And the reason why I got because I always want to get a feel and touch of how it works because I don't own one of these products, but I always want to understand them how it's so unique that people that own Mac laptops, desktops, what's so special, unique about it? And the one thing I find only unique and special about the Apple products is the same operation like the Ubuntu Linux. And trust me, I have before owning a Windows PC laptop, I was tinkering with Linux. Now, I didn't master Linux, but nonetheless, Linux is the same application from Apple. So when I cross over to owning a MacBook, it's no different. It takes some more getting used to, but it's no different from Linux. So if you're not familiar with the history of Linux, you know where all these applications come from. And Linux is much more better software if you learn how to use it. It's much more safe and better used because it's more protected and you have more control with Linux than any other of these applications from Microsoft's and Windows. But most IT people will not tell you that if they ask you if they keep it real with you. But besides that, back to the console. In my opinion, it's time that Apple should be making their own consoles and start with all these other video game giants from Sony and Xbox. Just the other day, Xbox just celebrate their 20th anniversary when they first launched their very own video game console. And it took them a generation to be where they're at right now. And you know, one thing, we're going to do the history of Xbox since we talk about it. But let me look at the comment section. Macs and are made on PC Architect. Now, so everyone on a Mac user with PC and Steam, it would fail like Oya and Stadium. Okay. I own them all, but I play games on PC. Yeah, which I'm not a PC person, but I've dabbled with certain PC, playing games on the computer. New Macs are made on PC hardware. Okay, that's something new. Unlike back in the day, Macs had their own hardware until they bought the IBM label. Ooh, I see. And there's a link here, which I'm going to look at right now. Thank you, Shatter. And let's look at that link, shall we? Yeah, well, let's look at this. This is interesting that he pulled up. And if y'all can, please like and share the stream. This is going to be a short one, hopefully. Let's look at this. No, not right now. Okay, let's follow through. Okay, as you see here, Linux versus Macs. And let me take this off. I don't like this. Okay, let's look at it. As I said, the difference between Linux and Macs, or versus Macs, through both Linux and Macs are the operating system for computer device. Linux is an open source operation system that can be used on any device, and Mac is an operating system that can be used only on the Mac devices. Linux acts as an operating system, a platform, and runs other systems, applications, servers, units. Whereas Mac is the operating system that allows other systems, applications to run on it. What are Linux and Macs? It defines components of Linux distribution and Linux kernel, or the kernel itself. An operating system kernel first released on September 17, 1991. We're now 30 years. By Linus Torvalds, many Linux distributions use the word Linux in their name. Linux was originally developed for personal computer based on the Intel x86 architecture, but has since been ported to more platforms than any other operating system. Because of the dominance of the Linux kernel-based Android OS and smartphones, Linux has the largest install base on all general-purpose operations and systems. In 1984, Apple developed the operating system that is now known as the classic Mac OS with its release of a original Macintosh system software. The current Mac operating system is Mac OS, originally named Mac OS X until 2012. Now, if y'all know, if y'all own one of these, I don't know if I can cam up. Can I cam up? Show this. No, I shouldn't did that. Let me show y'all something. Okay, this should be good. I'm gonna flip the camera, let y'all see this. What you seeing here? This is a Mac 2011 MacBook Pro. Now, mind you, after 2012, they kind of changed up from what it's been revealed. And I totally agree that they changed up after a period of roughly 15 years. And most applications after a certain period of time, they got to change the software, change up things. They let it run for a couple years, maybe a decade, and they kind of give it more of a zazz. But let's keep going. What's this? And 2012, and then OS X until 2016. Developed between 1997 and 2001. After the Apple purchased the next Mac OS X brought an entirely new architecture based on the next XT step, a Unix system that eliminates many of the technical challenges that the classic Mac OS face. And I'm not sure what they mean by the challenge because I don't own the product until recently. I had this for just maybe a year or two. But I take it must have been a lot of bugs that they had to change up that they didn't like. SSB. Linux includes many releases like Android, Arch Linux, Debian Linux, Gentoo Linux, Kubuntu, Maduro Linux, PC Linux, Red Hat Linux, Sabayo Linux, Slackware, SUSE Linux. The first developed version of the Mac OS was released in March 24th, 2001, 20 years now. Since the several more versions added newer features and technology has been released since 2011, new release has been offered on an annual basis. And these are the base features. And it says Linux versus Macs. Or Macs. What's the difference? Open source operating system. Mac operating system developed by Apple Inc. Usage, Linux. Operating system servers provide platforms to run other applications. The MacBook. Operating systems provide platforms to run other applications. It is used for operating systems and Macintosh series computers. The benefits, Linux is an open source developer that can download and modify kernels according to requirement, can't distribute, but have restrictions that can't charge for money. Mac operating system is simply but powerful graphical user interface. Mac provides easiness to use to users fewer. Security issues found in the Mac, which we didn't know that. And yeah, Macs can get viruses. Don't be fooled. The disadvantage, Linux drives issues is one of the biggest issues Linux operating systems have. To use any hardware device, its drivers require a case of Linux operating systems. It may come as big problems due to the unavailability of drivers. The Mac computers are very expensive. This is the biggest disadvantage on it. Hardware upgrades is difficult on the Mac computer. Less games available on Mac OS compared to Windows operating systems. Let's go down. Developer years. Release in 1991. It was developed in 1984 to use an operating for Macintosh series computers. Those are the difference. And going further down, and it gives more of a definition here. And Linux has been around, from what it says, 30 years. Unlike the MacBooks, they've been around since 1984, 37 years. So the only difference between the two is that Linux, you could use their software without paying for much. But one advantage, disadvantage on a Mac is the cost because of the expensive computer. And that's the end of this little article. I might leave this there for people to read in the description. Yeah, I see the pros and cons. I drop them. Oh, the links on the chat room. And it says here, Linux drivers are now easier to find than Windows sometimes. Yeah, I believe so. I think if you know how to maneuver through the operating system of Linux, you'll be able to find a lot of useful tools that you could download for free, which that's the advantage of it. It's the advantage. Now, for the gaming console, one of the issues that I will find with Apple, when I say it's personally, if they start to go into tapping their foots and stepping themselves in the arena of the video game genres, is always the cost. Now, we all know that the average percentage or the average price for just a MacBook or Mac desktop, Shatter, if you could put it in the chat room, what is the average cost for having or trying to purchase one of these products, either from laptop or desktop? If you could put in the chat room, I appreciate it. That if we look at the amount of price you spend on their products, you must do the math. How much would they invest and how much would be the cost if they decide to make a console itself, a video game console, like an Xbox Series X or PS5, those type of consoles, without a disk drive? And the reason why I say without a disk drive is because after these systems, what you see now, Apple, that you're purchasing, they give you two options: one with disk drive, one without. And the reason why, because they're eventually going to be transitioning to having you play your games only by download only. Now, the problems with that is the issue is how much spacing and memory or gigabytes you need for each of your games. Or better yet, all your games are going to be on a different device unit. Now, yeah, if y'all recall, if y'all familiar with the GameCube, no, my fault, the Nintendo Wii U or Wii Switch, the Switch especially, the Nintendo Switch, they got memory units, cards, to play their games. You get me? So it makes me wonder if you're going to now condition the person to purchase something and save an extra $200 without no disk drive. What I tell you, see? I'll tell you, say, they want you to buy the one without drives so they could start make the drives itself obsolete. Now I see here Mac OS is usually free with purchase of overpriced Mac laptops. And this, okay, that's good to know. I have somebody in the back room. I'll bring him up. Hey, that's good, man. What's
up?
Eat, man.
Hey, man, I'm eating like a king, man. You know what I'm saying? I just got home from. Oh, what the hell? I got a cramp in my shoulder. What's up, man? I just got home from work.
Okay. Cool.
You know to have my food ready. This is Alpha Mill Strategies.
Oh God.
Alpha Mill Strategies.
Come home, my beer better be ready.
You know they have my food ready. You see what I'm saying? I'm sitting here eating with a fork. That's Alpha Mill Strategies.
Real strategy, you know what I'm saying? What's for dinner? What's for dinner?
Beef. She made me some beef stew.
Oh, good. Okay. Enough veggies on the side?
Yeah. Well, you know, we got veggies with it, carrots and stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm eating a man meal. I ain't eating this little vegan, you know what I'm saying, feminine meals and shit like these niggas on the babies. I'm eating meal that's gonna stick to your ribs, man, like a real man. You know what I'm saying? Like men used to eat. You know what I'm saying?
I need my meat. So I can go back out there and slay this dragon, man. I need some real
nutrition. Man.
And slay the dragon with some veggies, some piece of broccoli. What the hell you talking about?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got my apple juice. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. See that?
Like the apple juice with her right there.
Yeah. See.
So what you talking about?
Right now I was projected and I just came to a revelation saying, you know what? With all the video game consoles out there, I say, you know, it's time for Apple to make their own console. And I heard that they were so they want to put their hat in the video game arena. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, say, why not? Not only you got the tech, but you got the notoriety. Besides the money, because think about when Microsoft did this 20 years ago, it was an experiment because these are people that work for the company and they like playing games, PC games, and they say, why not? You know what I'm saying? We make the software, and some people make it for some of our names. So why we just make the games as a whole? So they just said, let's see what we could create. And this is back 21 years ago. 21, 23, 24 years ago. And as the 21st century arrives, lo and behold, Microsoft released their very first game console back on November the 15th, 2001. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and the rest is history. And over a period of 20 years, evolution was very unique. You get me? One of the things I think Microsoft did uniquely with their consoles is they brought in live gameplay. I mean, you can go online with other people, which was something not new. It's always been around, but the technology wasn't there yet back in the 90s. But now when we look at internet now, that from I think it was 3G, it was possible to go online. And since then, the Xbox Live came out in 2004, 2005. You see other companies start adopt the form. Let's let people play online with other people across the world. And PlayStation, for them to compete, they gotta say we make it free, you know. And people still bought PlayStation because it says free and all that stuff, but it was not that good. Like you pay for extra service for the extra better streaming with others. So as time progressed, the technology get better, and you know they got more. That's one thing that made Microsoft really stay on top of the video game world was the online thing and a few games. Anything like that, even with the issue with the red light of death back in 2005, it kind of took a little hit, but it was not really a big hit because you mess like billions of dollars off your software. You get me? So people think they lose money, they're not really losing money at all. They never really lost money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you check the mail?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But what made you talk about that?
No, because I was thinking, because you know you had these thoughts and you're thinking about certain things, and then you know it hits you. Say, you know, I'm a gamer sometimes. I kind of took back gaming.
Oh, you be playing the game?
Yeah, sometimes. But I was not really. I'm really taking lay back down off it. But when I was thinking, say, what so much consoles out here, and they were dedicating 20th anniversary of Microsoft and its Xbox console. I'm thinking, why doesn't Apple put their hat in the ring of making consoles? Because they have the same capability. They have, you know, the clout. As you know, people buying their shit every year, spending $2,000 for a PC. You get me? It wouldn't hurt to make a console, you know, to give more competition. That's where I'm at it. So I say, let me say, envision this is what it will look like. Potentially, and it could probably look a little different. It might look a little smaller, to be honest with y'all. What I just put out is just a, you know, a rough sketch what it possibly be. But if they decide to go real hard at it, it can make something happen. You know what I'm saying? The only thing people got concerned if they decide to go that route is you're gonna be spending a lot of money on a console with Apple. Because their product, especially a PC computer, you look at spending roughly $12,000 at best. So imagine now they decide to make a console. You think it's gonna be cheap? No, you're gonna be spending in the thousands. And most consoles nowadays are not even in the thousands yet. I haven't seen a console that's worth $1,000 in the last over 25 years. And those were like Japanese consoles like Neo Geo and all those crap. Those shits, and I think Atari one time was almost $1,000. Those are the only consoles back then that was a lot of money. But back then, people bought it, but nobody really was going to play it like that because it's too expensive. The games were expensive, just like the system. I think one time games were almost pushing like $89. So that's what made me decide to talk about it, you know, to give my take on it and to say, just throw it out there. Yeah, 3DO. Shadow, I think if you remember, the 3DO was like almost $1,000.
What was it called?
3DO. I gotta look what that is. Yeah, that came out in the 70s. $200 Neo Geo games. Oh, woo, shit. You hear that, Mary? The game,
what?
One game cartridge for Neo Geo was $200.
You talking about back in the day?
Yeah, back in the 90s. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm not into games.
I know you're not into it. I know you're not into it. This is like more geek.
That's not alpha. Playing games is not alpha, man.
True. Yeah, it's more as a geek tech shit.
I'm just playing, man. That's how these dumb niggas be sounding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
King of Fighters. Yeah, the King of Fighters was popular. Yeah. So, like I said, that will be something that, and maybe it'll bring a buzz to some people that will listen to this. You know, the possibilities. You know what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to happen because a lot of things are talked about. Some people, it was some that for clickbait for people that they were talking about they were making a game console.
Yeah, and I got some bad news, man, about what we was talking about the other day with my house.
Okay.
Still not closing this week, man. Some fucking bullshit, man.
Oh, damn.
You know what I'm saying? This shit, I'm like, man, what the fuck? You know, I really want to I'm getting to the point to now where I want to start threatening people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell them,
Yeah.
how about I come over there and whoop your ass? You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
y'all don't go ahead and get this shit situated, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Fuck.
I know what you mean.
You
Yeah.
know, we've supposed to been closed on this house since October 5th was the original close date.
Mm-hmm.
My lender gave me the clear to close on the 19th. We still ain't fucking closed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's damn. Damn.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just but you know, it's um, you know, as a king has to be able to plan various routes to victory. So I got to figure out how I'm gonna get it done. I think I got
Mm-hmm.
my contingency plan in place. So I think I still be able to get it done. They just need to come on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we'll
Yeah,
talk.
man.
We'll talk more about that in down the line. You know. Yeah. I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like I said, yeah, you'll get through. Yeah. So that's just the layout for that. And I know most of that when y'all go back to, yeah, I want to hear y'all thoughts on that personally. What I was said and the ideals. You know, and I could be wrong, but you know, like I says, it wouldn't hurt to really put the thought out there because I know most of y'all people that talk about the gamings and stuff, y'all put tweets about what you want these big corporations to do. And I'm not too big on telling what they should do. But let's say most people that invest in money in a lot of these corporations, um, like I said, you got to put a tweet out and see what happens. I mean, because most of them now they're following people on social media because how they get their ideas is from the people, the communities. You know what they do next. So, like I said, I was putting it out there for the thought for those people that think is it possible is a good idea or should it be a reality. You know, I leave that to y'all. But besides that, I'm married. Any other short closing thoughts? Because this is a short one. You know, oh, immune stuff. Okay. Yeah. So you know, like always, people.
Yeah. What is? This is just a short one.
Yeah, it's a short one. It's a short one. Yeah, I just want to put this out here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
we will talk, Amir. We will talk. All right.
Yeah. What you doing later?
Uh, shit. I probably have to step away, do some work a little bit. Later to like evening
Okay.
time.
I
But
might do a show tonight.
I really I like around one time.
I don't know. Whatever time you want.
Okay, I'll hit you up. All right. If
Okay.
you have an idea, just give me the subject. All
All
right.
right. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Uh,
And for everybody that was listening in, I'd like to hear from y'all. I want to hear y'all thoughts and opinions of this stream. Should Apple now go in the process of making a video game console? I think being around since the early 80s, I think it's time now they should start making their own consoles, start making their own games. I think the time is now. And not only that, we are now moving into a new phase of existence. We are now going to be emerging into the virtual reality of things. So I think this will be the best opportunity now. If Apple is going to step into the video game console, maybe they should start investing and start making virtual reality games. I'm just saying. I think this will be the best benchmarker or best thing they could put out now to start their video game journey, in my opinion. And they do have the tech to do it. They have the people, the staff, and whoever to make this reality. What's your thoughts? I want to hear from y'all in the comment section of this stream. Oh, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the red button and the top bell for uploads and notification when I go live. Also, you can now follow me on Twitter at KS7 and follow me on Facebook, Eric Rain on Facebook. And also, I'll put my Discord in the description. And like always, thank you for listening. And you know where to find me. Till next time. I'm gone. Oh. Oh, let you know that later on there'll be a stream about my take on the metaverse. Tune in. And like always, the chaos reigns.